Hello, hello, hello. You're most welcome to the review of How Successful People Think by John C. Maxwell. Yes, we're starting the review of this book today. It is an awesome book that you must read if you want to learn how to think. Not everybody knows how to think. Now, not everybody knows how to think towards success. So if you want to learn how to think and learn how to think towards being successful, then this is one book that you must read. How Successful People Think by John C. Maxwell. We're so excited about this book, and today I'm just going to expose you to why you should learn how to think, how to think, how to shape your thoughts, and so much more. Right. John C. Maxwell says that good thinkers are always in demand. Everybody wants somebody who can think very well, whether for any business at all, for a job, for any duty. Everybody wants somebody who can make good use of their brains, come up with fantastic ideas, and push the ideas towards implementation. Because a person who knows how may always have a job, but the person who knows why will always be the boss. So it is not enough to know how to think. You must know why you're thinking, what you are thinking for, and what to do with your thoughts. In fact, good thinkers are successful. Good thinkers will never be at the mercy of ruthless people. Good thinkers will never remain on a job that is not taking them anywhere. Some people remain on a job for years because they just cannot think outside the box. Anybody that cannot think, or anybody who is not a good thinker, is going to suffer in life. Yes, that is just the bitter truth. You must know how to engage your brain. You must know how to generate ideas. You must just know how to sit down somewhere and think things through. The author says that he has studied successful people for 40 years. And even though they may be different in one way or the other, but one thing is common to all of them, and that is how they think. That is what separates successful people from unsuccessful people. But the good news is that even if you do not know how to think yet, you can learn it. You too can become a successful thinker. Because if you change your thinking, you can change your life. That is actually the truth. So many people are wallowing in misery, in poverty, in mediocrity, not because they are not surrounded by great ideas or great people or by lots of resources, but because they do not know how to think. The same way of doing things that they have always known is the same way they are still doing things, even in this 21st century. So, why you should change your thinking? Why should you change your thinking? It is actually important for you to change your thinking if you want to be successful in life. But we must also establish the fact that thinking is hard work, and that is why everybody is not successful and everybody can never be successful. Because if we all know how to think and think through, then everybody is going to be so successful. So if you want to change your thinking, you must consider the following facts. Number one, joy. Joy, excuse me. Please come and lock this door. Okay, number one is you must realize that changed thinking is not automatic. It is not like you start thinking well from this second and all of that. You have to work at it. You have to put in the effort. Shut the door, please. You have to put in the effort because thinking does not happen on its own. It is something that you work towards. But once you cultivate that habit, once you develop that attitude of thinking, with time, you are going to become you're going to become a very good thinker. Good ideas will start flowing. You start enjoying the process. The second fact you must understand is that changed thinking is difficult. It is not something that comes easy. Even Albert Einstein, one of the men who are known to be great thinkers in our world today, acknowledges that thinking is not easy. It is hard work, and that is why only a few people do it. So many people want to cut corners. So many people want to jump the process because thinking and thinking through is hard. Then you must also realize that changed thinking is worth the investment. Yes, it is something that your life, your future will thank you for. When you take the time to learn how to change your thinking, you become a better thinker. You are making a great investment in yourself. So many things can fail. Stocks can crash, real estate can fail. Your business may stop, your job may end, you may get sacked. But the investment you have made in yourself by becoming a better thinker can never be taken away from you. It can never crash. So how do you become a good thinker? Number one, you have to expose yourself to good inputs. What are the things that you take in? What are the things you expose yourself to? It is garbage in, garbage out. Your inputs determines your outputs. Do you read books? Do you watch the news? Do you attend conferences? Can you spend your money to buy books, or you're always looking for soft copies every now and then, or you're looking for somebody that will dash you? Instead of buying that wig, register for that conference, pay for that workshop, attend that training. You have to expose yourself to good inputs. Everybody who is a good thinker spends time and money on that investment. Nothing good comes cheap, and that is the truth. You just have to invest yourself. You have to expose yourself intentionally. What are the things or the people you're exposing yourself to? Maybe there are people who just do not have the time to think. Then you can't be a good thinker. Hey Maya, you have to leave this place. Daddy's calling you. Joy, this boy is disturbing me. Number two, expose yourself to good thinkers. Spend time with the right people. People who are thinking well, people who are going somewhere, people who want to be successful. Mingle with them. Listen to them. There are people who you may not meet in your life, but you can bring yourself in contact with them through their books, through their tapes, through their content, through whatever they do. You can be mentored by them. Expose yourself to good thinkers, people who share fantastic things, mind-blowing things, inspirational content, motivational content, people who are doing what you wish you could be doing. Expose yourself to them. Then number three is for you to choose to think good thoughts. Our minds are very powerful, and good thoughts will not always come to you on its own. You have to condition your mind to think good thoughts. Even when your mind wants to stray, bring it back on track. Bring it to course. Let it align with a definite purpose and a plan. You must engage your mind with something with honorable thoughts, the right thoughts, thoughts of success, thoughts of wealth, thoughts of growth, thoughts of kindness, thoughts of love. You must engage your mind with good thoughts all the time. It will not come easy. There is a guy named Dan. He says that he sets aside time to think for half a day every 2 weeks, and for one whole day every month, and for 2 or 3 full days every year. That is it. Maybe before you go to bed at night, take like 5 minutes to think. How did your day go? What could you have done better? You have to think. And as you are thinking, don't just think and let your thoughts go. You have to think with a pen and a paper. There was a time I heard from Pastor Sam Adeyemi. He said that, what are you doing praying without a pen and a paper? Because even while you are praying, you must expect ideas to drop on your mind, and you must be ready to write them down. Otherwise, you're going to forget. That will lead me to the next point. Act on your good thoughts. Ideas have a short shelf life. They have expiry dates. So whatever good thought comes to your mind, you want to write it down. Whether you understand it yet or you don't understand it yet, write it down. I write a lot. Any idea that comes, I write a lot. If I'm already in bed and an idea flows to my mind, I pick up my phone. If I don't want to turn on the light, or I don't want the sleep to clear off my eyes, I pick up the phone, turn on the voice recorder, and I record the ideas on my phone. That's it. The next day, I write it down, I look at it. It may not even be the next day. Maybe some days later, I remember that, I did this voice recording, or I just go through my voice recordings, and then I act on them. So you must always have this habit of writing down your good thoughts, your good ideas. They're going to fly away. There are times that something may come to your head, and in 5 minutes time you are trying to remember, oh, and this thing came to my head, oh, why did I not write it down? You miss out on good ideas if you don't write them down. Then number 5, allow your emotions to create another good thought. If you create a good thought and you act on it, it brings you success. Reminisce on it, savor the moments for a while. Let it create good emotions that will help you to think another good thought. And then number 6, repeat the process. It is not a one-off thing. There are some people who are living on past glory. Something good that they did 20 years ago is the only thing that they are still savoring till now. You don't want to create a one-time success and expect the world to remember that forever. That is the glory you want to ride on for the rest of your life. No. If you create a good idea, it leads to success. Make it a habit to repeat it. If you have written one book, you did so well or you didn't do so well, write another one. You've acted in a movie, oh, you did something, you made a content, it went viral. The world is going to forget. Even you get tired. You want people to always remember you by that one thing. Do something else. So repeat the process. One good thought does not make a good life. The people who have one good thought and try to ride it for an entire career often end up unhappy or destitute. You must always, repeat the process. You must always mine a lot of gold. You need to keep repeating the process of good thinking. Now, putting yourself in the right place to think is very, very important. For some people, they need a special place, environment, or be in the midst of some people before they can think very well. So what are the things you need to do in order to put yourself in the right place to think? You must find a place to think your thoughts. And this place can differ from person to person. For some people, they may think when they are having a shower. For some, it is when they're using the toilet. For some, it is at night when everywhere is quiet, the children have gone to bed. For some people, they may take a stroll to the park for them to be able to think well. Some people need to listen to music. It is in the course of listening to music, good music, that ideas will flow through them. And for some people, they need absolute silence. So it depends on you. Do what works for you, but by all means, you must find a place to think your thoughts. And as you're thinking, don't forget, capture your thoughts on paper, whether they make sense now or they don't. Things are going to add up with time. Then 2, find a place to shape your thoughts. It is not enough to think good ideas. Good ideas are not formed on their own. They don't come ready. You must find a way to shape them out. You must take them through different processes, scrutinize them. When they come to your mind, then test them, bounce them off, and all of that. Then find a place to stretch your thoughts. You don't want to keep your ideas to yourself. Ask somebody, oh, this is what I'm thinking. Maybe a trustworthy person, somebody in your mastermind group, a mentor, an accountability partner. You must stretch your thoughts, stretch your ideas. Maybe the idea is not what it will eventually turn out to be, the way you want it to be. But if you don't stretch it out, you just keep it to yourself, it will never become anything. So the right thoughts plus the right people in the right environment at the right time for the right reason will give you the right result. If there's anything that you have been nursing for a while, it will remain an idea for life if you don't stretch it out. Let it out. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Bounce it off people. Bring it into execution. That is when you know if it is doable or not. That is when you know if, oh, you're just deceiving yourself, if it is not realistic. Or that is when you know that, okay, maybe the way it seems easy in your head is not the same way it seems easy when you're eventually executing it. But you need to allow yourself to fail forward, to make mistakes, to refine your ideas until it turns to gold, until it becomes impactful. Right. So stretch your ideas and find a place to land your thoughts. Land your thoughts with yourself, land your thoughts with key players, people that can be influential in bringing that idea to life. And those who are most affected, maybe you want to start selling something, take it to the streets. Take it to potential customers. Let them ask them questions. It is from them you will know what will work, what will not work, what needs to be improved upon. Right. Then find a place to fly your thoughts. What is good thinking if it has no application in real life? It is nothing. Develop the discipline of good thinking. One thing that I may have missed while I was talking is that good thinking requires discipline. If you are not disciplined, you cannot be a good thinker, because you're going to be doing different things, things that may not even add up to any substantial thing in your life, just because you are lazy. You just cannot engage your brain. We have already established that good thinking is hard work. So if you cannot engage your brain, you always want to cut corners, you always want to do the easy things, then it is unlikely that you become very successful in life, because you have to think. And thinking is hard work because it doesn't just end in your head. You have to write it down on paper, you have to ask questions, you have to read books, you have to attend conferences, you have to mingle with the right people, you have to expose your mind to the right things, you have to spend money to invest in yourself. When you'd rather sleep, you just want to sit up and think intentionally. So what are the portraits of a good thinker? You would often hear someone say that a colleague or a friend is a good thinker. But what does it mean? It may mean different things to different people. Is it that the person has a high IQ, or they are just able to figure out things easily? What does it mean? We believe that good thinking is not just one thing. It consists of several specific thinking skills. Becoming a good thinker means developing those skills to the best of your ability. And it doesn't matter who you are, whether you are just a secondary school graduate or a PhD holder like me, or maybe you are rich or you are poor, or maybe you have sound health, or you're ill, or you have a strong body, or you are physically disabled. Irrespective of your circumstances, you can learn to be a good thinker. I think that is the good news here. All you must do is to be willing to engage in the process every single day. Don't allow a day to pass you by without you thinking. Think about what you're doing. You can't just be going to work every day and not reflect on whether this work is leading you to the right path in life or not. You cannot afford to be poor, not having money to eat, and then you're not thinking how you can improve your life. Thinking does not have to do with reading books alone. Everything around you. You have a family. Think, how can I make my family enjoy my presence better? How can I bond with my children better? How can I be a better wife, a better husband? Oh, what are the things I'm saying to my wife that she doesn't like? You can use thinking to improve your marriage, to improve your business, to improve your relationships, to improve your financial life. So it is all encompassing. You must think about it every day. Before you go to bed, this is a challenge. Tonight, take a pen and a paper. Maybe you want to focus on your business tonight. Think, this is my business. How much am I making every week, every month? How many customers have come through my store this week? So, yes, no, this year. How many of them have I been able to retain? What am I not doing right? Or can I start offering incentives? Those thoughts should become a part and parcel of you. You need all the thinking pieces to become the kind of person who can achieve great things. Right. So in the course of this book, we're going to be reviewing different things. We're going to be reviewing seeing the wisdom of big picture thinking, unleashing the potential of focused thinking, discovering the joy of creative thinking, recognizing the importance of realistic thinking, releasing the power of strategic thinking, feeling the energy of possibility thinking, embracing the lessons of reflective thinking, questioning the acceptance of popular thinking, encouraging the participation of shared thinking, experiencing the satisfaction of unselfish thinking, enjoying the return of bottom line thinking. We'll be doing a lot of thinking in the course of reading and reviewing this book. You must think intentionally. You must become a good thinker if you want to be successful. So as we read the chapters and we review them, we'll discover that they do not try to tell us what to think. Rather, they attempt to teach us how to think. If you know how to think, you become successful in life. You become acquainted with each skill, with thinking. Thinking will come to you naturally. You just want to do it. You will not allow any day to pass you by without you engaging in thinking. And it is a skill that you develop, that you will master, and you become successful. And with that, you're going to change your life for the better. Thank you so much. That'll be all for tonight's review. Don't forget to like this video, share your comments with me, and please subscribe to this channel in case you yet to subscribe. I remain Olaide Bajay, also known as First Lady, and on this channel, I inspire you to live intentionally. Yes, tomorrow we're gonna start the chapter 1 of this book. We just did the introduction, and even the introduction is so enriching and empowering. So tomorrow we'll take a look at cultivate big picture thinking. That is chapter 1. Take good care. Until then, be intentional. Bye.